I have no idea where exactly that is. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere, I guess. Transport and accommodation have been arranged for you already. You will stay in at the pub, which is near the church somewhere. In these villages, in the end, everything is close to the church. Find the church and you will find the rest as well. Anyway, Mr. Griesbacher, the mayor there, is informed. Your task in the village is merely to complete your colleagues' reports. So to be clear, you collect information on the living conditions, wishes and complaints of the village people. Meaning you basically walk around, asking people about their living situation, write it down and report it. I would advise you not to show your face in the city before you found out every detail about the people in that place. And I don't want to hear a single complaint, Schmidt. Signed, Holler.
I collect Schwammerl. You can say that again. Home. Oh, it's no better there. I'd rather stay outside. Just now, for example, I saw a bird pull out a worm from the ground at Sebastian's farm. Now I'm curious to hear what you have to say. So, something. Why it has now hit this particular... Who decides that? I wonder if I will ever get a good answer to that. But right now I'm not looking for an answer. Now I'm looking for tasty mushrooms. Would you also like to collect some mushrooms for me? There are people here who say that they... I think 10 mushrooms are a good start. Oh, and listen. If you see my father... Let me see what you got.
Who could that be, for Christ's sake? I don't think so. No Rob? How do you know all of a sudden? Have you ever seen him before, that guy Pascolini? Does he come to your...
Nah, I prefer dice to cards.
Stop it with your stupid dice. You're always nagging me about it. Do you want to?
I would always roll the dice with anyone. Would you like to play a round? Ah, don't be shy. Come on. Let's... In principle, it's quite simple. You just have to roll a higher value than the difficulty. But just go ahead and try it. I will explain everything else in the game. There you go. But if you have a lower score, you can compensate. Just use the appropriate skill. If you run out of skill points, then you have, well, lost.
Enough of this nonsense. We're on duty here. What do you want here anyway?
No, we can't do that now. No one gets in or...
Are hearing problems common in the city? We can't let you in. Come back another time. There's nothing we...
Bertel, he says he's not a robber.
You be quiet now. What kind of normal person creeps around in the forest like that? We don't know anything about him. He just comes strolling along. Neither of us know him, and that's why he won't get in. And we don't play dice anymore either. Such a schmarrn. Don't get...
Let me see. With a very strong... Oh yes, the Pascolinis. That gang puts brown stains in the pen. I also remember that I recently found a piece of paper with Pascolini on it. It's still... but I'm not sure where it is anymore. Please take... The last time I saw it, I was standing over there by the barrel. If you... As a small thank you, I will give you free pretzels. They're delicious and... Let me see what you got. Great. Real splendid Schwammerl. And do you know what the best thing is? Don't talk like the old witch. Schwammerl are so... I don't know. When I... And what you should also try is the mushroom ragu from Kat... Pass auf Faden und Kreisch auf. Perfect. I could pretend to the guards that the Pascolinis want to ambush them. Then they'll probably run away and you can sneak into the village. I think I can manage with a few sticks. That's not so easy. I need nice sticks. They have to withstand something, not windy twigs. There's a way in over there. I also have a key for. Down by the water, a path leads along, where many bushes grow with beautiful. There are guys wandering around everywhere. One of them is a real tough dog. I'm curious to see. Don't you have any pretzels? Then eat something first. If you need another one later, feel free to come back.
Ernstl, I think that the Pascolini gang is really hiding in the forest.
You think they moved from Dachauer Moos all the way to Wolpertshofen? But there's nothing to get here, is there?
Well, you know those shady bandits. They'll cut your throat for a penny. Donizel told me that Pascolini once cut off a man's head with a can simply because he was standing in his way. Doesn't matter. I still don't want to get caught by Pascolini.
Yes, you are right. There are better things than getting a beating from some crooks.
Yes, great. I'll show you how I would do it. I have drawn a plan for you. You'd better put it in your pocket right away. Let me know when you have... Lord in heavens, I almost thought that you had slain a Pascolini. We wait until the sun goes down, then we start. In the meantime, the time has come. You run to the guards and convince them that Pascolini and his gang are preparing a... When the two guards get really scared, I come out of the bush. Our secret word is Mama. When I hear that, it's sure to get us. Then hopefully they will leave right away and you can go... what do you actually want? Ah, Mrs. Gschwendner, not Geschwendner. It's quite simple. You walk through the village on the main road and you will see the inn straight away. But be careful, there are also guards running. You're welcome. And please don't tell my father or the guards that you saw me. Otherwise the pass... Wonderful. Give...
Bertel, did he say Pascolini? Did I hear that right?
Am I crazy? How does he know that? Is he just trying to mess with us? Ernst, that sounds exactly like the description on the wanted posters. He must have met him. That's not good. Maybe he's right. There are only two of us, Ernst. Who knows?
Katy, thanks for the coffee. Otherwise, I would have fallen asleep again. Sleeping under a tree with a murderer running around? I could have been killed in my sleep.
You're the Mr. Townsman, right? The mayor told us you would be visiting. However, tell me, how did you get in here? All right, now get in here before anyone else sees you. This certainly won't please. You're probably wondering what's going on here. It's not normal, not even here. However, since 2 days, everyone is running around like headless chickens. And you're mine! Oh, what am I always talking about? You must be dead.
Du bist ja mit die Gartengeschichten dafür. Du bist ja mit die Garten.
What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman? Just head east, through the small passage between the two courtyards. I also marked it for you on your map. What can I do for you, Mr.
Die Franzosen, die sind jetzt die Experten im Garten abzüchten oder was. Das ist nur die Besten. So, der König.
Ich hab gesehen, dass der Gießkanne ganz komisch aus. Du tust ja mit den Gartenkisten dazu immer. Ah, das ist Großgruppe.
Sehr, sehr gut. Ich war da beim Bandler, weißt du, war ich beim Kammerladen und habe gesagt, da war ein bisschen eine alte Gießkanne ist kaputt, da ist was Neues, was da nicht irgendwo nicht modern ist. Mit der französischen Gießkanne, da hast du eine ganz andere Wasser.
Franzos?
Ja, der Druck ist ein ganz anderer. Das verteilt Wasser zusätzlich. Die Rosen.
Die Franzosen, die sind jetzt die Experten im Gartenwasser oder was.
You are the gentleman from the city, right? Well, come along, Xoffer Griesbacher. I am the mayor here in town. You are truly sent from heaven. Terrible things are happening here, and at such an inopportune time. Well, it's easy for you to say. In the city, such things may be commonplace. It happens there every now and then. But here, with us, in Wolpa... You want to know what exactly happened? Well, I do not know at all where to start. Everything, yes, everything seems to happen at once. Yesterday, late in the evening... What are you talking about? Of course, everyone here is scared. There's a murderer loose in Wolpertshofen. Of course, Mr. Schmidt, of course. Of all things, there was an argument on Holy Sunday at Kathy's Inn. As I said, we are a decent village here, with righteous people, but young... There was another disagreement that evening, and it got a bit heated. I think the gentleman... In any case, our dear Pastor Bayerle and young Leubel were quite at each other's throat. Actually, Rupp would have then intervened. He's like the village policeman here. And now we need him for once. He's always stood by the priest. Not at all because they have so much to do with each other, but rather that... And young Leubel just wouldn't give up. Then Lenz interfered as well. That's all. Schorsch is actually a nice guy. He also likes to sit at the pub last night too, yes. Anyway, it wasn't a fight or anything like that. Don't get the wrong idea. That was all over in a moment. And the next morning, Lenz is lying dead over there in the... Leubel is running around, accusing people. He won't calm down. You have to help me. Otherwise, the whole situation will get out of control. Good, quite good. That will take some convincing, but you'll do it. I almost forgot. You don't have to tell him that I sent you. I don't think he'd like that. I'll check on things at my home. You talk to Leubel and ask the people in...
You must be the young man from the city. How A young man was lying dead in the street. No one... Yesterday, 2 young men. But what brings you to... That's right. My name is Schweighöfer Harald. As a doctor, I'm responsible for the whole district. Fortunately, we have been spared from the cursed cholera that is currently ravaging the country again. Many soldiers in a confined space, unbelievable hygienic conditions, poor supply of food and clean drinking water, and nasty injuries. A cholera is happy about that. But what am I talking about here? I'm glad to hear that. Not everyone is open to the wonders of... Of course, under these circumstances, anything else would be negligent. I cannot... Certainly, this was not a natural death.
was so fun. The guards looked so stupid. I think that one of them, Bertel, Thank you very much, Mr. Okay, do you know what I wonder, Mr. Valentin? A fisherman takes a worm and kills it. Why does the poor worm have to die? Just because a mean person... I thought we were going to heaven. But what is even more important? Are you a fisherman, a fish, or a worm? Interesting. I have to and that's why you have to build me a special fishing rod now. The special thing is, it's very simple. Stick, string and can. You will find it all at... Then all you need to do is find a...
No, I... Go away. I don't talk to strangers. You're right. Come around the house. Then I'll tell... I'm sure the people in the village have told you that I'm the window keeper. You can see all kinds of things. People always talk behind my back that I have. But that is utter no. It's not a nice feeling, I tell you, when you know that you are dying now. Well, but after all, I was allowed to grow old. Whether that's a curse, he is a good man. The thing with everyone has a vice. I don't care. He has to discuss that with the Lord. They'll come to an agreement. He's a good man. Not everyone liked him. At the Schormeyer farm, things sometimes especially like to act up in the Gschwendner Inn. He wasn't exact. Of course, I don't know what exactly happens there. I don't go into the... It's always busy there, especially on Sundays. I couldn't sleep because my back hurt so much. Then I had to go to the potty again. He went down the forest path up ahead. He was alone. I think he was pretty drunk. Yes, that's how it was. But I really don't know what else was going on there. And now I'm tired too. The robbers in the forest. It's not nice, but I mean, I think the robber's name is Pasquini. They're apparently from Mammendorf or something, and are known everywhere, because they take everything. So, in any case, they're probably not good people, the Pasquinis. They make mushroom hunting no fun. Not that I go looking for anything in the forest.
Exactly.
So who are you? Has Griesbacher already called for support? First they beat Lenz to death and then they shit their pants. That's just like them.
That's exactly what it is.
But you really don't look like your strong support. We will not be stopped. We will not be intimidated by these reactionary buggers.
Exactly. That's how it is.
What does LaSalle say? History is a struggle with misery. And we will take this struggle upon us. Let me give you some advice. Don't get in our way. This
You better
can
watch
end
out.
badly. That's me. What do you want from me? Whose side are you on? Are you with this murderous traditionalist pack around our mayor? Look at that. I wouldn't have thought so. Well, be it as it may. What was your name again? And what do you want in Wolpertshofen? Neutral and focused on the essential. Yes, that's right. You were announced. My name is Leubel, Corbinian Leubel. You have last night, an innocent citizen was beaten to death right beneath our eyes. And in a neutral position then? The mayor and these buffoons who are suddenly playing militia for the same Ministry of the Interior that is supposed to have sent you. Do you know about this ridiculous militia? Did you authorize it yourself in the end? I'm glad. Poor Lenz. Lenz Klaus, the son of the old Schormeyer. They found him dead in the... And everyone keeps their mouths shut! No one dares to say who the murderer is. But after what now we have to act. And I'm telling you this for the last time. Do not interfere. Go to the pub and get drunk. We'll soon have this settled. Maybe that's not a bad idea. But somehow I feel I can't. If I were you, I would first talk to our fine mayor. Oh yes, there was an argument. I have only told what, but they are unresponsive to reasonable arguments. They were just looking for a fight. Ever since we lost the unspeakable... Well, those here in town who think outside the box. Anything that smells of progress is immediately sent packing in this town. What kind of question is that? Of course no one is happy about our defeat. Perhaps it was the wrong idea from the... But at latest when that... Since then, the mood hit rock bottom, and instead of calming down... It's obvious. Definitely one of them. They didn't want to take such a defeat lying down. I don't think... Then he just knocked him out somehow. George could hardly walk anymore. He probably completely underestimated... But who is going to do it? The policeman is prowling around once again. The mayor is... We are prepared. We will confront George as... Who was present? I was sitting with Schweighöfer, the doctor, Lenz and
We were chatting away and drinking a beer when the priest started his litany. Schweighöfer simply remarked that the priest had no idea about real life and even less about the war. Byerly didn't even react to that. He's too good for that. But George got really angry. He stood up in front of us and shouted about us. Lenz went right in between. He and George even had a bit of a scuffle. Lenz scored quite. To be honest, we really got shit-faced afterwards. We want. Poor Lenz. Lenz glass of the Schormeyer. In the past, we didn't have much to do with each other, Lenz and I, but still, he was a good friend. And then he lies there, beat. Yes, he's laid out at his father's at the Schormeyer farm. They have just picked.
Yeah, you've come to the...
Praise be to God and welcome to our tranquil congregation. What brings you to us? You speak true words, dear Valentine. These are difficult times in which you have joined. Dear Valentine, that's a good question. Actually, it was a Sunday like any other. We had a beautiful mass and afterwards, unfortunately, we also have a few younger members of the community who often go overboard in an These troublemakers sat about 2 tables away from us and got louder and louder. Louder and louder until you could hardly hear your own words. Some of them certain. And so, I was faced with a great responsibility, namely, the responsibility to keep the peace in. My well-meaning but admonishing words, however, were only met with scorn and derision. Our dear George could not bear this ungodliness in his heart. The young man was so animated with courage in his attempt to defend me and the church. Of course, the rudeness with which these louds Of course, we did not get involved in this barbary, so we settled our debts with the good Mrs. Gschwendner. Of course, let me know at any... Just... Of course, I don't want to blacken any parishioners. He was sitting there with Schweighöfer, Lenz from Schormeyer's farm, and in the past, even young people had respect. But of course, I will also include these people. On my side? You mean on the side of the community? You must mean who was sitting at the table with me that evening. I don't remember exactly. As a Well, I have already mentioned George. Our faithful soul. Alois was also... Mrs. Oberlechner. Yes, Renate. She has been with me for a long time. 12, 13. You know, unfortunately, God took Renate's husband away some... And that's how... The boy, Maxel, soon went to the... do you want to insinuate here? Renate, the Lord has no I can imagine how you come up with such... And yet, or precisely because of this,
Ah, the incidents. Yes. Yes, he was. Then they sent for him. They already know that he'll come home as soon as they call him. Maybe it's... Excuse me, if I had known that you had just arrived, I would have... Why don't you first arrive here and have a look around? Then you will get to know the village and the people. And when we meet my husband on the way, you will also meet your supervisor, and I will find my husband. 2 birds with 1 stone. That would be something. What? What do you mean he's not here? Well, as I said, I didn't go with him. That makes me feel quite different, Mr. Schmidt, right? Excuse me, I urgently need... Children! Children, where are you?
Was La Piste? Is there anything else? He's at the... Is there...
Ah. Do the Highlords want to take over the land? Or are you one of those pretzel salsas like the old Fetzo who used to sneak around here and ask stupid questions? Oh!
Howdy. Servus, Valentin. Here? Well, perhaps there was also a bit of a... What do you want anyway? Do you want to get on my nerves? In a fight? It certainly wasn't like that. We just had a bit to sort out. My dear, don't get on my nerves with your stupid questions. Are you well, I guess I had something to do there. It's not forbidden. Or is it already... Yes, of course I can, but... how about you stop asking questions and focus on the essentials? Or you better make sure...
Because of how... Sometimes... And I think Kati also likes doing that here. People like her. And I certainly won't tell you anything new. When August wasn't... It takes a man to do it. Outwardly, I run the inn. Kati does the rest. Ouch. I shouldn't have said that.
Would you like to play a game of dice with me?
What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman? Poor Lenz. He wasn't a model child either, but he didn't... Lenz was the son of Schormeyer. Actually Glass, Lorenz Glass, but from the Schormeyer farm. He also had a sister. She married Alois and is now called Filspner, an unpleasant person. That was bad. Then the old Schormeyer drank a lot, and there were also arguments on the farm from time to time. Well, Ursel got married anyway, but in general they got along well. Although the father... Poor man. That's a tough one. Wife and son within 1 year. And that thing with... But Schormeyer is actually a good man. I saw how nicely he played, and I haven't even been out to see him yet. Would you express our What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman? Yes, you don't know the people here at all. On the other hand, who... Yeah, sure. Well, that was a Sunday. There's always a lot of people here after the service. Mostly the two groups, if you want to put it that way. I think, well, first of all, I have to say that this is not like everywhere else. There are also people here in the village who are a bit more traditional. That Sunday, the boys sat together again. Severin, Hans Gürgel. Dr. Schweighöfer was also there. Poor Lenz, and above all, Corbinian. And they like to discuss their crazy ideas about politics and society and whatnot. I don't get involved. So, Father Bayerle, of course, Alois and Schormeyer, and of course the mayor. Schorsch was actually Rupp always sits with them, but I think the Rupps are visiting family at the moment. And anyways, they were shouting quite a bit that Sunday. I didn't really notice everything that was going on. There was a lot going on in here. But he got quite angry and told the priest to shut up. The priest would put church money in his... Then Schorsch got quite loud and threatened Schweighöfer that he would... And then Lenz interfered as well. Maybe that was his mistake. And then Schorsch went after Lenz. He punched Schorsch in the face, and before I could do it, a typical case of male hubris, I would say. So Schormeyer, Alois and the priest. The mayor had already gone home. I think the way they behaved was too much, even for him. But again, he didn't. The boys stayed a little longer. What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman? About Bayerle? I don't know. His name is Hubertus Bayerle Hubertus. It's been a few years since he took over the Catholic. To be honest, I don't know what exactly he did before that. I never asked him. But otherwise, he's actually quite a pleasant... He often sits somewhere and smokes his pipe. He's a quiet man, I'd say. Only some things annoy him. People gossip now and then, of course, because of him and Miss... And he can also get quite annoyed with young Leubel. But he does his job well as far as I can tell. What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman? Well, Corbinian, a teacher like his father. Sometimes you don't wonder why people go a bit wild, right? I've often heard that Corbinian likes to gamble for money. And unfortunately not so successful either. It's well known that he also likes to drink. And he... Anyway, they sent him to the city to study. His father wanted... At any rate, that's where he met the people from this workers' movement and joined them. Since then, he has been going around... He also put up some posters with slogans by this LaSalle in the village. Most of them have already been torn down by the militia, but you can certainly still find a few. It doesn't matter. What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman?
Well, such a hand. Yes, that's right. A visitor. What an unexpected pleasure. Would you look at that? Sense. My goodness. Please call me Renate, Mr. Yes, please, Mr. Valentin. Of course, Mr. Valentin. One would think so, Mr. Valentin. I know what you're getting at. I know the village gossip too, but this is unacceptable. People just like to gossip. You know, normally not so much happens. Some people are just a bit narrow-minded. They just can't imagine that Mr. I'm not bothered by that. What's the point? Sometimes the priest gets a bit angry, but I have enough to do. Yes, please, Mr. Valentin.
Friedel Güttinger. How can I help?
Mr. Schmidt, that's amazing. I don't know what to... He was skeptical? For once I agree with him. But check... I trust... There... The thing is, I've already told you, this is a decent place here. But some people think that's not good enough. They sent Leubel to the city to study. Now he's... keeps talking not... But Leubel... Schwarmeyer, Len's father, sees it quite differently. More like... But I didn't want to get involved. When they started arguing, That's why I don't know exactly how it went on. You'll have to talk to the others, please. They'll be at each other's throat. I can't...
Do you...
Ah, the gentleman from the city. Hans Gürgel is my name. Who I am? Although you can... Actually, I wanted to bowl. I don't have any pins either. I have all... But I really have to practice. The conflict? You mean the fight in the pub the other night? Oh, Schmidt. You don't have to take it so seriously. It's been going on for... When the old people interfere and Leubel starts quoting LaSalle... And that's exactly how it was that evening. I was tired from work and from... Lenz, Schormeyer's boy. Yes, sure, I had a job. When I came here to Wolpertshofen, the Schormeyers had work. That sometimes triggers envy. Well, you can probably imagine. No. Well, the Müller could certainly do that. Well, he's not the Müller. He would certainly have everything there, and he could also carve it. He has a knack for it. It's just a shame that at the last marksman's fair he was a bit... He certainly won't be carving me anymore. You would do that? Imagine that. If I could practice here properly, and then win Schmidt, I would be very grateful if you would try that. He's actually a good guy. Decent, but also... And... If you could...
Hello.
kann ja ganz komisch aus. Ja, das ist nice. Du bist ja mit die Garten und bist du immer.
Pins? I could do that. But you can see what's going on here. I don't really have time now. We have to defend ourselves. You are right. But I will make you an offer. You get the pins, and in return, you win my money back from her.
Servus. It's alright. What kind of questions are these, and why should I answer any of your questions? Fine by me. Yeah, but hurry up. On the evening it happened at Kati's pub, he meet. They always discuss God and the world. Leubel, our teacher. He was out in the big wide world to study in Munich. The good Dr. Schweighöfer thinks he's particularly clever, huh? He was there too. And Hans Kirgel, who I think Lenz mostly sat with them. About the farm? What do you want to know? Many come, many go, just like everywhere else. Of course I like to keep the good ones. Finding decent stuff is really not easy. She took her own life. We found her, Lenz and me. She was hanging back. She took her own life. We found her, Lenz and me. She was hanging back there in the shed from a beam on a rope. What a terrible thing to happen. I don't know what happened to her then. Schweighöfer picked, and here Findeis, Hans Kirgel, a labor. Rumor has it he was quite fond of Zenzi and he couldn't cope with her death. What's going on with Hans Kirgel, I don't know. Is that all, or are you going to walk around here all day asking stupid questions and stop? Those filthy wrecks! If I catch them, I'll hang. Some hunters are afraid of their own shadows, and mothers no longer want to let their children. A few weeks, he was very pale, but I didn't think too much of it.
Bible verse. I see. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to... For there is no truth in him. When he lies... This is John 8, from the Gospel according to John. I know that section. Yes, I've read it countless times, dear. This page could really be ripped from almost any Bible. Of course I know these envelopes. Can I ask where you found this? You will probably find such an envelope in every house in the village. And elsewhere too. The envelope. I also always give my messages to the parishioners in writing. Then there is... But I only seal the letters in rare cases so that people can use it again. A lot of things are scarce here. Consequently, everyone here has these envelopes and can also use them for their own purposes. Of course.
Actually, I'm not allowed to. You know, medical confidentiality. Has Schromeyer approved this? You're right. The victim had a wound on the back of the head. Impact with a blunt object. However, I cannot say for sure whether he died from it. It could also be in the fall. That was tragic, but unfortunately not uncommon nowadays. As doctors, we are powerless in the face of this. We need a new science that
Who do you think said that?
Engels?
What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman? Sensi, yes. That was terrible. Such... I think he liked her. She had been with him on the farm for a long time. She arrived here... She's actually a nice one too, but I think the girls went through quite a lot before... I don't know. Rezi has been living there for some time now. She knows a lot about plants and herbs and makes little tea bags. And of course, that's not much, but she doesn't need much either. Sensi has always taken care of the rest. Not that I know of. Sure. I see. What can I do for you, Mr. Towns?
By name or what? No. What do you want with that stupid button? Do you want me to sew it on or what? Do I look like a woman? All right. But I didn't bring my jacket today. It was too warm early. What? don't know now. That doesn't... I think... You can't do anything to me. First you said I was in a fight. I don't even remember that. That I was also... I only remember coming here. It was a Sunday. That's when everyone meets at the inn. I can't find my jacket either. I don't know where it is. I just don't know anything anymore. Nothing at all. Please, Valentin, tell me what you know. What have I done? Did I really kill Lenz? Valentin, you're such a clever man. Can you please help me find out what I did? Great, Valentin. Let's... Yes. And, how do we do that?
Verteilt das Wasser zu besser. Die Rosen. Die Franzosen, die werden jetzt die im Garten Wasserschichten oder
You mean when we're both as full as I was that evening? Then I'll remember. Let me know when it's ready to... Valentin, this is all for a good... And then he said to him, a toast to our King Ludwig this... In the war against the bloody Prussians. So fast! Now that's what I call... That's something else. A war like that. You wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy. That's not human, no. You have to give up. And now I know. I certainly took something to drink with me during the night.
Hello, Fallen. If you don't want to interrupt, why do you do it? You're the guy from the city, right? The one walking around asking questions. Short. Whoever told you that, unfortunately, wasn't talking nonsense. I can imagine he has gaps. Unfortunately. What kind of a relationship that is? Not a very decent one, I would say. Well, yes, but yes, well, he was with me. No one came that night, if you know what I mean. You're right about that. Better than nothing. But that night I was already sick of it. I have to be honest. Men have no idea about some things. It doesn't matter. Let's see if it works anyway. I'm sure you're wondering when it started. He said he would marry. Nothing but empty words. Well, in the beginning it was all very different. And once, he even went. But now he only shows up in the middle of the night when he's really Yes, but different. I was already quite angry with him. Because he's always like that with me now, so I said. Then there was silence. For the time. I look out the window again, and there's George, standing on a ladder. He had flowers in his mouth. He's holding on to. So I helped him in. He handed me the damn flowers with a drunken grin on his face. I told him to lie down and be quiet. He could stay then. All the time he was running his cold hands under my nightgown, talking rubbish. And all when you have a man in your bed already and he tells you things like that, well, sometimes it's urgent. And then I get carried away with the drunken idiot, you see, and nothing. And then the night was already over, and the shouting about Len started outside. That's when I threw him out, and his stupid flowers right after him. No, he left it here, the stupid fool. But Valentin can... So, what I actually wanted to ask is, you've already met George. Can you...
Ah, great, let's see it.